the new gold, and we need bolts. Think of data as the new valuable thing everyone wants. Like gold in the old days, now we all need even more storage in the future. How can you get involved? Invest. Put your money in companies that make storage solutions, like those big hard drives or online storage spaces. Innovate. Come up with new and better ways to store data. Think faster, bigger, and safer. Start a business. Help people manage your data, keep it safe, or find the best storage options for them. The future is digital. Digital storage is super important for how we live and work now. By getting involved, you're part of shaping the future. Let me know if you'd like to explore any of these opportunities in more details.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for joining us. I know many of you are going to be joining us as we are progressing in our presentation, and we certainly appreciate your feedback and comments as we move forward. So right now we're using a new presentation. Now, just so you know, it's a work in progress. We still have some work to do to make sure the presentation reflects the entire world, and it's something that, in fact, I have in my inbox right now, which will be updating. But in the meantime, folks, the information is extremely relevant, and we want to really get you to understand the potential that we have with a venture such as what GotBackup has to offer. So maybe let's do, Tammy, a short version as to how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, so we've known the owner of this project, GotBackup. The parent company is called Global Virtual Opportunities. And we've known him for 25 plus years. We'll kind of share the story through our presentation. Long story short is he contacted us a little bit over 2 years ago, and we knew that, it was important to find digital products. The economy's changed, everything's changing in the economy. And so we were kind of looking around to see for digital stuff. And here Joel contacts us about GotBackup. So it was really interesting that he was doing that at the same time. It's all about energy, right? You put it out, you get it back. And long story short is we ended up partnering. We were excited about what we heard, which is exactly what you're going to hear today. And we've been building it globally for a little over 2 years now.
Yeah, absolutely. And welcome, Gilbert. Great to see you here from San Diego, California. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, folks, again, as Tammy stated earlier, is we were looking for different avenues that we can tap into to add on to our stream of income. And dealing with digital companies, especially dealing with the cloud storage, is absolutely massive. One is the price point is affordable for anybody, regardless where you live in the world. But at the same time, it's a global opportunity that can really empower a family, where it's the only MLM or network marketing company that pays you to provide a cloud storage. So what I really like is we're not competing here. We are creating. And it's a great environment. And my question to you, as you are looking at this presentation, is why are you here? What are you expecting out of this? One thing I can tell you is that it is time for people to turn their dreams into reality, because the reality is you deserve it. You might have worked your entire life, and maybe the environment around you that you don't have control over has affected your nest egg. And instead of living the life that you want to live in your own term, you tend to have to submit to what you're earning. And this is exactly what this is all about. You can see these wonderful pictures here showing people living their lifestyle. And this is exactly what Tammy and I, in fact, let me go further. Tammy and I are preparing to depart for the United States, where we purchased a beautiful beach property there. That's about probably 13 years ago. And we've been doing this every single year. So when winter arrives, we're here for the Christmas and the holidays. And then we move and we go to Daytona Beach, Florida for the next 5 months. And what's really, really cool here, folks, is we still receive an income because our income is digital online. And this is what I want to share with you how important this is.
Yeah, and Chris and I are all about empowering families. We've been building the network marketing industry for 25 plus years, I think 27, 28. I know Chris is a little bit longer than I have. And we've always been about entrepreneurship. We've always been about finding something that everybody needs, and let's just share it with the world. And that's what GotBackup is all about. So if you see an opportunity here, hop on board, because we're really flying with this, and the timing couldn't be better right now.
I totally agree, Tammy. And folks, a little bit about the companies. We began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. And the reason why Joel moved into Texas, USA from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada, it's because the infrastructure, that's the cable on the ground, could not support the bandwidth. This is kind of, think of a super highway, and there's so many people on the highway, and the highway is too small to support the growth of a city. That means that there's major traffic all the time. And there's blockage, right? I'm sure many of you are familiar with this term. So the point is, that's what we're talking about here, 10,000 square feet data center. So instead of me sharing in details what's going on, let me share with you a video that really expresses what's going on behind the scene, communicating from Joel Theriault, the CEO of a company. Let's check this out.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So as you can see, folks, it's a very secure system. And what's really important here, folks, is to keep in mind of the global trends that are out there. And this is the difference between the people that are very wealthy in our time and age, is they always seems to be in front of what's coming, and they're receiving when the trend arrive, instead of trying to chasing the wave because you missed it because it passed you, you weren't aware. When you look around, the wave was already over your head, and you're ahead of that wave right now. And by the way, I just want to welcome Jacob and MC. And let's see here. We have Mentor or Savior. Great to see you here. And Yunam, welcome. Jim Davies, great to see you here. So, folks, these are the global trends that are really important. You want to make money. You want to be ahead of the trend. And remember that when you're in front of a trend, it's not popular yet. Nobody knows yet. It's very empty. It's what we call a blue ocean. When everybody knows and then the crowd comes in, that's when you really see the momentum. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, that is so true, Chris. So the trend number one that we're going to talk about is devices. Every single person has devices. Doesn't matter where we go in the world. Chris and I are world travelers. We've been building global for a long time. We've been a lot in developing markets, and no matter where we go, everybody has devices. And what are they doing? They're filling them up. You know, it's interesting because we've been to many events where, you know, we were guest speakers and people want to take pictures, and they pick up their phones and they want to take a picture, but their phone is full. So we would take a picture and send it to them. But that is interesting that this is a massive trend today that's just blowing up out there. They call this, the new gold. It's the era of data storage.
That's an understatement. And support Tammy's claim here. Look at the percentage of mobile traffic from 2010 and 11 and 12 to 2025, moving to 2026. 6% to 60%. This is quite significant here, folks. Here's something that is an ultimate flag for you to take note of. The size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. 2022, $90 billion in revenue. 2030, close to $500 billion. What does that mean for companies like GotBackup? Do you understand the potential? We are still several years of that. So you are ahead of the trend. And one of the main reasons why we know it's going there, it's because of exactly what you're seeing here, our cell phone addiction.
So true. Everybody's got their phones attached to them. And then when they don't have them, they look around. I know we do. And we look around, we have to find our phones. And the reason why is because we can do everything on these little tiny devices. It's amazing how, everything evolves in life. We've got our alarm clocks. We've got, we keep an eye on our property in Florida through an app with our phone. Anytime I want to learn something and I want to learn it quite fast, I go to YouTube, and we're taking pictures all the time. We're in that era back in our days when we were younger. There's hardly any pictures of us. And now it's like we got so many photos and videos. And what do we need to do? We need to be able to back them up and store them. So yes, so many reasons why you want to be part of this.
And for that reason, folks, is data loss is a growing concern. 45% of people have accidentally damaged their cell phone, which means in some cases they have lost the data. Think about you losing all your precious memory because it was never backed up on the cloud. 5700 screen cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen. Imagine you have all your precious data, your PowerPoints, and you're ready for a presentation. And for some reason, you're traveling and someone took your laptop, and now you're at your destination. You need to perform, and you don't have a laptop. But because you got GotBackup, you simply connect that laptop you borrowed or whatever the situation may be for you to have a tool to present. You just go to your cloud, connect to it, and bring your PowerPoint back. Do you understand what I mean? That's the kind of thing that these kind of service provide. It's absolutely massive. Here's another one that I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, we're all getting these message, right? And the reason why is because, like I said, we're taking a bunch of information now. We're living in a paperless world. We're filling up our devices, and all these companies they're cashing in, right? Because you have no choice. You either pay more or you end up having to get rid of some stuff. So GotBackup is a huge, valuable company. When you see the price point and the value of what you're going to get, it's unbelievable.
I totally agree. And looking at the second global trend here, folks, 42% of Americans have side gigs, 60% of Gen Z. These are Tammy's children, right? That's the age group. They also have side gigs. What about the rest of the world? Many of you around the globe are very young, and this is your era. It's another trend. People are looking for ways to earn money without having to commute to a job, but to actually create a business, which goes back to the first trend, right? So the fact here is you can leverage these global trends with GotBackup. That's exactly what we are talking about.
Yeah, and right here we're gonna go through this briefly. It's a new package with GotBackup over and above the data storage, where you have all the marketing tools that you're going to need to build your business online. And yeah, they're phenomenal tools to generate leads, and that's one of the things that people say. I don't want to do this business because I don't know anybody. Well, this is a way to generate leads for you to build your business.
Yeah, you carry on with this slide, Tammy.
Yeah, so the main product is the data storage, and you get 6 terabytes of data storage. You can have 5 additional members. They call them sub accounts, and you can decide how much data you want to actually give them out of your 6 terabytes, which is phenomenal. And it's unlimited devices, and all of this for $10 a month. It's actually $9.97. And when I saw that was a big selling point, is knowing the timing. Of course, timing is everything, and where we're going in the data storage industry, and the fact that you get so much value, and you can add your family members and share the storage. It just blew my mind.
It's absolutely amazing. And what Tammy referred earlier, these are the add-on services, folks. That's a one-stop shop, and you have the option to take advantage of that. But you don't need to use all of this stuff if you don't feel you need it. But we know you need the cloud storage, which we know this is where the trend is. But VDuber, it's like a YouTube, but private without having all the commercials. Testimonial generator. Imagine if you have a team or a course or anything, and you want people to give you a testimony. All you need to do is generate a link to this tool, pass it over to a blast email, and then it comes back with people who chose to share a testimony for you. What about you having an event, team event, company event, Christmas or holiday, whatever it is for you, and you take all these pictures and all the audience that took pictures from different angles of the room, all they need to do is scan a QR code and upload the picture, or even click on the link. It depends on how you want to provide the information to your team or the people around you. But then they upload all those pictures, and then you have access to a beautiful platform where people can see all these pictures and download what they want. Number 4 is the email marketing platform. This is so awesome. Let's say that you want to start promoting different things and different ideas, or you want to do also, maybe you have your own personal branding website. And your branding website, you want people to leave their name and email, so you can start accumulating all of those as a list, so you can continue communicating with them, right? Do you understand what I mean? This is an added feature. And then we have a funnel page builder. Why is this important? Because GotBackup provides to you a series of funnels. These are links that you send to general public with some information that will lead them to sign up for the opportunity. But what if you have it in a language that's not supported yet? Or what if you would like to have your own video? Or let's say you would like to have your own twists to what you want people to see. Well, the funnel video does exactly all of that for you. So what you're doing here is you have a lead tool system that produce income and a residual which in turn, each of those tools, Memory Place, SendShark, Funnel, VDuber, Generator, GotBackup, they each have lead generation system. They each have a funnel page. And again, this is a link that you send to general public just to learn about the Memory Place or the Generator testimonial or the email marketing. Do you understand? These are leads coming to you that after a while you can turn around and say, hey, are you interested in try this service? Oh, by the way, we have a cloud service. Do you understand what I mean? Massive, amazing tool. So making money with GotBackup, folks, is absolutely amazing. That's the only cloud storage that pays you, as Tammy shared earlier. So let's cover that. Oh, actually, before we begin, we want to share with you some of the successes that are going on out there. Right now, Tammy and I, it's my picture because it happens to be our position, but we're both working our position. The bottom line here, folks, is there's only one blue diamond. And folks, I need you to join me. It's a very lonely, lots of space in this room, folks. So I'd love to see you there. We have now Dr. KOE, who's a double diamond. We have Noel, who's a double diamond in France. We have here triple diamond, which we have Richard and John Weber, right? Father and son. We have here multiple diamonds, right? Tammy's even building her own position, which she's also a diamond. You could be married and also you have a position. You guys are working together, taking care of the whole household. And at the same time, you can have your wife can have her own position, right? So this is so awesome. The potential you have here is amazing. We have a ruby, right? So this is a brand new ruby, Godfred and Miss Bernice in Accra, Ghana. We have an emerald here. We have Enyonam, who's an emerald. Again, recently, she's absolutely amazing leader. We have here Henry Calvin, who's actually went to Congo. I remember asked Tammy and I to do a little video for him so he can feature a third-party video coming from Blue Diamonds, you know what my meaning. And from there, he did extremely well that pushed him to a sapphire. Folks, we could go on and on and on. So, Tammy, let's cover the 7 ways on how we make money with GotBackup.
Yeah, so much better than working a job. You don't get many bonuses with a job, that's for sure. So here it's the first 3 is really where we're going to spend all of our time. Chris, maybe share a little bit about the different bonuses as you grow and build organizations. But the first part is really the foundation of building this. And because it's such small, sometimes I need to grab my glasses for these things. So the GotBackup, the data storage, the family plan, people can come in monthly or they can pay yearly. And if they come in monthly, if you bring somebody in monthly, you're going to get 200% up front. Let's round it off to an even dollar. $10, you get $20. $100, you get $50. And 25% on any extra tools that are provided. And then they've got the pro account, which is really exciting because a lot of people, they want to get serious and build their business online, just like Chris and I. And if you introduce somebody who says, I'm fully in, I want the pro, and you're going to get $200 up front. If they come in pro, you get the $200, but your sponsor will get $50 and their sponsor will get $50. And the reason they do that, because it creates the right behavior in supporting your team members. And I love that because in the corporate world, it's often dog eat dog, right? And people are always trying to get to the top. And in doing that, often you have to do certain things to get to the top. So here it's like support everybody and it's a win-win. And in customers, it's 25% and that's ongoing every single month. So here are some quick examples. So if you have somebody or 20 people that decide they want to pay yearly, you're going to get 20 people times $50. That's $1,000 in commission. This is direct income. So you're not limited to the amount of people you can bring in. I just made 20 as an example. Example of 20 customers, 25% ongoing on that $10 item, $2.50. You get $50 every single month. You can guarantee that $50 as they're using the service. And then you've got the pro plan if you had 20 people. You get $200 up front. That's 20 times 200. That's $4,000 in commissions, US dollar commissions. I don't know about you, but that can change somebody's holiday season in such a big way. And, somebody who wants to go on a nice trip that they've never been on before, these are ways that you can do that, or simply invest it. Chris and I are big on investing. And example of 20 customers, 25% ongoing. You can see the 20 times $5. That'll give you $100 in commissions every single month. And again, like I mentioned, there's no limit to the amount of people you can bring in.
Absolutely. And what Tammy shared right now, that's the entry point. And you can see that there could be quite a bit of money here if you start building a business. And what I'm going to share with you now, that is the back end. This is what happened. Kind of like in Canada, we have what we call an RRSP contribution, not necessarily a good investment, but it's an investment of safety, right? So you put money aside and it compounds over years, especially if it's invested in equities or things like this. It's in the United States is called the IRS. My point here is, as you are adding and accumulating funds, then over time you can be really set nice for retirement. This is what this is, in the sense that we have a 2-team tree. And every time someone comes into the business, they have to go either on the right or on the left. When you see indirect, that's someone that you don't know that happens to be sharing the same leg as you. Just as the indirect that you see on your right side share the same leg as the person that's the direct on the right side of yours. So you sponsor that person, and the indirect benefit, just as you benefit from someone else that's doing it. So when you combine that, it becomes very interesting. Let me give you an example. This is the second way we earn. It's called, we call the cycle earning bonus. There's 2 tiers, and this is based on your rank. And I'll come back to that a little later. Step number 1 is you need to be active. Just like you are if you're watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus or Apple TV. Everybody, the $10 a month is a trend. Why? Because everybody can afford it. And when you have millions of people paying that, you understand it's the reason why the company can turn around and ask $1,000 per share for a $10 price tag. Do you understand? It's the volume. This is what we're talking about here. Step number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people for you to activate this payment. 1 on the left team, 1 on the right team. If you bring a third one, well, it has to be underneath the right or underneath the left. You see how that works? So you need to have 2. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And the third step, you need to have a total of 6 people, which can be combined of you bringing 6, or from your 2 got to work, you got a total of 6, which also can be combined with someone above you sharing the same leg, which adds on, that could also total up to 6. When the system sees that, that is 1 cycle. The question is, how much is a cycle? Well, it depends on the company's profitability and your rank. If you're at a certain rank, you get more money for the same cycle. You see? Now, the question is how many cycles you want? Well, it's based on the team that's going to be building underneath you. That's very significant, because you also have another, that's number 3, the first 3 here I'm covering at the moment, it's what we call a cycle match. You need to be a sapphire, and I'll show you the rank in a minute here. You need to be a sapphire to benefit from the cycle match. What does that mean? Well, if you bring 20 people, using Tammy's example earlier, well, you have 20 people that you can earn a cycle match of 25% from what they generate in their businesses, times 20. You can earn up to $1,000 for every person that you have. Do you see the potential here? Think of Dropbox that have 700 million users. Let's say 20 to 30% are active. That's a lot of millions of people consuming. Do you understand the potential? That's what we're talking about here. And this is Sapphire. Look at the ladder all the way up to Black Diamond for every person you sponsor. Do you see the potential? Do you understand the vision of how big this can become? Absolutely massive. So let me turn this over to you, Tammy. I'm getting used to the new slides here. So numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. These are bonuses that will be paid out to you based on your rank that you achieve. And I'll touch on that briefly a little later. Okay. It's absolutely awesome. And we have trainings that he's recorded even months, even years ago, that you can go and listen to understand what we're talking about when we talk about the 7 ways to earn. So let's kind of summarize all of this into a simple system that you can duplicate with your team. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and the key is just to position yourself, get signed up. Don't worry what you know, what you don't know. You're going to learn along the way. We have training sessions every Saturday. They're also recorded. If you happen to be working or the timing isn't working for you, they're recorded. So you'll learn a lot along the way. And really it's a simple system. We believe in simplicity because everybody's busy in today's world. And if we can keep it super simple, then everybody can duplicate. So that's why we have this simple system. Bring a couple people in, one left, one right. As Chris shared, the 2-team structure, go out and do the same thing. That's number 3. Get 2 more, do the same thing, one left, one right. And then you duplicate that within your team members. And as you have more people that you're signing up, you'll do the same thing. You'll bring them in the organization. That excites many people when everybody's working together.
Absolutely. And folks, it is $20 to get started. It's as simple as that. It is $20 to get started. I need to fix the slide here. The 20 is a little bit sticky on the thing. The point here is that there's really 3 options for you to choose. What we talked about with the cloud storage, it's $10 a month. We recommend for you to pay for the year. Why? Because if you duplicate that, your entire team's next payout is next year in 12 months from now. That gives you plenty of time to start accumulating. Now, what we recommend is the Pro package because it comes in with a whole series of tools. Now, that's entirely up to you. It's a one-time cost of $500, $499.97, including the $20 that you need to add to this. That's annually, because the $499.97 is one time in your life. After that, what you do is you pay your $199.97 a year. At the beginning, it's all cumulative. After that, you just pay $199.97 a year to maintain your business, to have access to all these amazing tools. And Tammy and I are using all of those tools. It's all part of our engine on how we operate on a daily basis. If you want to pay monthly, then it's $19.97 a month for the Pro package. Again, back to the family pack, it's $99.97 a year, or as we stated earlier, $10 a month, $9.97. Okay. In the enterprise package, it's more for enterprise income. The general public will get either the GotBackup Pro or the family pack, which we highly, highly recommend. Back to you.
Yeah, and we're in, you can see 161 countries. You know, the best part is there's no limit to where you can build because it's a digital product. It's a simple process. And it's so inexpensive to be part of this opportunity that everybody has an opportunity to generate income, and nothing greater than US dollars, especially for those of you who are living in different countries that you really benefit from that. In Canada, I mean, our dollar value is so much lower. And so getting paid in US is a great thing.
And that applies to everybody in the world, right?
Yeah. Oh no, not the fire alarm.
Is that going on? Uh-oh. Sorry about that here, folks. Of course, it is what it is. So again, folks, what's really important is to recognizing achievements. So important. Babies cry for it, folks. Adults die for it. And it's very straightforward here. As a bronze, what it means is you sponsor one person. As a copper, this is exactly what Tammy talked about. One on the left team and one on the right team. The moment this happens, you are a copper. As a silver, that means that someone in your team became a copper. It could be from someone you brought in, or not someone you brought in, but someone that they brought in. You see, this is really cool. You're a silver. And as a gold, that means you sponsored 5 people into your business, and there's 3 people that became coppers. Do you see how the system works? As a platinum, you sponsored 10 people, which will qualify you for emerald and ruby. Sorry. Platinum, sapphire, and emerald when you sponsor your 10 people. Really, really cool. But the difference between platinum and sapphire is platinum, you need 4 people that are copper. Sapphire, you need 5 people that are copper. Do you understand, folks? We're not asking for the moon here. It's just beyond our control. So what's happening here is this can go all the way up to black diamond. Absolutely awesome. And this is how the current plan just expands. You know, as a platinum, you are tier 2 instead of tier 1. As a sapphire, you start in a matching cycle, if you recall how this works. And it gets better and better and better. So, Tammy, let's summarize this with the support.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear us here. Sorry about that, guys. I guess somebody accidentally
let's carry on.
Fire alarm. Hopefully it was accidentally. So there's a lot of support with GotBackup. You've got personalized referral link, you got a personalized landing page, you got an email marketing system, marketing tools, you got regular online presentations. Today on Fridays, we do it on our own YouTube channel, but we also do them on the company YouTube channel, which is Global Virtual Opportunities. If you go there next Wednesday night, we'll be presenting there. Invite some friends with you. And we also have team trainings that are going on, and they're in different languages, different parts of the world, different time zones. And yeah, so there's nothing missing for you to hop on board, learn how to do this, and just build simplicity. That's what we focus on, is simple tasks.
Every Saturday, folks, we do trainings to support you. But at the end of the day, we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. Let me just show you what it looks like in the background when you become a member of GotBackup. Now, I happen to be a pro. If you're a pro, you're going to see here the GotBackup tool, the testimonial generator, the memory place, the autoresponder, the video streaming, and the lead capture system, which is associated with all the lead captures that are utilized in all these different tools. You also have the custom funnel builder, which is exactly what I was telling you about, is where you can make some modification on the funnels and so much more in here. You got your business reports in all here. You can see your money, your income, what's coming to you. There's cash contests. There's internal wallet in the event that someone does not have a credit card. You can they can pay you cash. You can upload it to your own account through the internal wallet and generate a link that's already prepaid, because you've already have the money that you utilize to create the link to pay for that account for your new member. This is so cool. And it goes on and on and on. The social media here, we highly recommend for you to connect to that. So this is what we have here available to you. So you don't want to miss Saturday's training here, folks, because we're going to be covering the testimonial generator, the memory place, and the video streaming sharing. So you can see how this works. So if you're considering using the Pro, and if you're an existing member of GotBackup, I know that there's some perks that you have as you get started over here. So at this point, tell me as we end.
Had a quick question at the end about the enterprise solutions. That's for somebody who has a business, their own business, and they have employees, managers, people that they want to have their own accounts. You can have up to 20 accounts, and that's because they have more data storage.
Yeah, it's basically 20 terabytes.
Yes.
So folks, this is going to go on for a while. So again, apologize for that. I think it's someone that's having fun pulling the alarm system, because it happened again 2 days ago. Something's going on. But anyway, in closing here, folks, this is a wonderful opportunity. Don't miss out on all the tools that are available to you. And Tammy and I created an app. Well, let me rephrase that. We're using an app that has all the tools that you need to build your GotBackup business that we make available to anyone who needs it. So have yourself a wonderful weekend. If we don't see you Saturday, we hope we'll see you Saturday. Otherwise, we'll see you on Wednesday evening in our presentation. Have a great rest of your weekend, and bye for now.
Have a great weekend.